Good morning. Could you tell us your name, rank, and branch of service?
Yes, Rick Laney, Air Force. What else was it you wanted to know?
Your rank that you
Oh,
bring.
Sergeant. I was Sergeant. Yeah.
What is your connection to Southwest Virginia?
We moved here from Florida about 6 years ago.
How and why did you enter the military?
Well, it was during the Vietnam War era, and the Army was getting after me, so I enlisted in the Air Force instead.
What were some of the jobs that you performed while you were serving?
Well, I was a medic, so I was at Lackland for about 8 weeks, and then another 4 weeks of some medic training, and was stationed at Andrews Air Force Base outside of Washington, D.C. So mostly it was medical work.
And what were some of the places that you lived? And how did you stay in touch with friends and family?
You're talking about when I was in the service?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was, like I said, I was in San Antonio, and then was in Washington, D.C. at Andrews Air Force Base. And then my last year, they sent me to Thailand. I was at a couple of bases along the trail, and then got discharged um, in late '69 and moved to Florida.
While you were in service, how did you stay in touch with friends and family?
Back then, it was mostly through letters. Yeah, there wasn't any social media back then, so it was mostly through letters. Then after I got out of the service, some of the guys and I got back together again for a few visits, but then we all went on with life. We got busy and whatnot.
Could you share a memorable experience, a war story, of something that happened to you while you were in military service? It could be serious or funny.
Well, the the one story, and I don't like to tell war stories, so this really isn't one, but we one night around 2 or 3 in the morning, there was this huge explosion, and most of us in the medics barracks got out of bed because in the military's mind, there was the Air Force way, the right way, the wrong way, and they put the medics at one end of the base and the hospital at the other end of the base. So when this explosion went off, we were all supposed to report to the hospital, so we did. And then after this was over, it only went for 2 or 3 hours, and we got back to the barracks, and I see this buddy of mine. He was sitting up against the barracks wall outside, crying. And I said, "What are you crying for?" And he said, "Well, when I get back at 2 or 3 in the morning, I went in our barracks and I went to all the barracks, the barracks around us, and nobody was there." And he said, "I thought the rapture had come and I had missed it." He was petrified because he was 10,000 miles from home. So that was really it.
Okay. Finally, what message would you like to pass on to the next generation about military service?
Well, I hope that this generation really is proud of America and its history, and certainly what the military has done to keep this country, as free as it is, and to maintain that freedom. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're more than welcome.